All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the New York Jets. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Lawrence Guy gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Darnold from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, ball 66.
They'll run with a former Super Bowl hero. It's James White. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. First down, here's White. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now the leading rusher for the Pats last year is a rookie, Sony Michel. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
And they will run it with Michel. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it, and I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So now on 4th down, on comes Steven Gostkowski to try and get the Pats 3. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 13-year man puts it through. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field, you take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have them a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Brady's throw on third down there is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
There to stop him, Juwan Bentley.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there, first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Darnold. A screen to Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. Flush to his right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. 27 yards there, a first down. And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
A reminder coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Now Brady. Looking deep for Demarius. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And New York set to take the field. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Darnold. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And this is caught. It's Edelman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kyle Van Noy. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Dante Hightower, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. He completes it right side to White. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The New York set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Patriots take over 1st and 10.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on 1st down. Shotgun now for Brady. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 48. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this is secured by the Patriots. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Brady. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Henry Anderson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On play action, it's Brady. On the crossing route, that's caught. Julian Edelman. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Looking deep downfield. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. Edelman, the intended receiver that time. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A give to Bell. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Jets on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Now off the bootleg, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Edelman set to return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And out will come the offense as they take over. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
10.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down. And
down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Brady gives to Michelle, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Now Brady, and this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Benjamin Watson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. Gostkowski with the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. He's got Anderson right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Bell escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
I got you.
Here's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Patrick Chung, got a hand in, knocked it away. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard and realizing what can hurt us most? The deep shot. They played it well.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Jet 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Darnold on target to Enunwa. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Now Darnold. Trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. That'll bring up 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
First down, Jets.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Brady going to throw. Wide open, Julian Edelman. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
Red 80, 50's the mic, 50's the mic. Here we go, here we go.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. That's complete. It's Bell. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets have made this a 1-score game. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Lachlan Edwards to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
Hey, 166.
They start to drive with White. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now a play fake. Brady. And on the the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Darnold on first down. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Kyle Van Noy able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's third down. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29.
Here we go.
It's a big play there for the Jets on third down. 58 yards. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, Darnold. And this is caught at the 8. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Darnold now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
And that absolutely cannot happen. Just a gain of a yard in this situation, you've got to get chunks of yardage. Otherwise, the defense, very happy with what you're doing.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Wait, that wide, 80.
50 seconds to mine. Now watch one. Check 3.
Check and reload.
On second down, Michel. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now,